welcome to the Boot Hill Sports Network, and we are I'll Take the Over podcast with the CMO 6. I'm Mark Manley. That's Josh Brown there in center stage tonight. Woo. Kenny D, straight up Kenny D in his straight jacket, Doug Edwards, and it was the Pick Wizard Rule and Johnny, I survived millions of hurricanes, Grissom. What's up, fellas?
What's up, guys?
What's up, boy?
How are y'all tonight, man?
Good.
Oh, man, we're good. Hey,
Tired?
before we...
Edwards Freight just got done. Edwards Freight.
Edward Freight's always rolling, ain't he?
Man, we've been busy for about 2 weeks now. That's a good thing.
I think that sponsorship on Boot Hill Sports Network's helped out.
I think that's part of it for sure.
Woo! Business has picked up, baby.
That's right.
Yes,
What
sir.
you got, JB?
Hey, just wanted to give a special shout out, man. It's been a rough week. Chris Christopherson, Dikembe Mutombo, Pete Rose, and somebody very close to me and Mark for sure, and that's Coach Kent Reynolds, man. I just rest easy to all four of those guys, man. Coach Reynolds was a real huge part of my life, and I really did love that man truly, and it was sad to hear. So I just want to give those four a special shout out.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. As Coach Reynolds went into the Hayti Hall of Fame last year, we named the court after him, and he's the only coach in Hayti history to win a state basketball title, man. He was also my coach and led us to the a lot of finals, but we just couldn't get over the hump for him, man. But, yeah, prayers and condolences out there to the Reynolds family, man. Good man. We lost an Indian Nation. Kenny D, what are you up, man? I see you've escaped your straitjacket.
I did. They let me out on good behavior.
Yeah, I don't believe that one.
I don't either.
We'll get to
I think
you in a
he
second,
straight up
Mr.
escaped.
Consistent. We'll get to you in a second there, Mr. Consistent. Just hang tight.
We're going to have a good show tonight. I got a feeling there's going to be a lot of stab wounds here tonight. What's up, Eddie? Pick Wizard. What's up?
Man, enjoying this fat boy weather we're getting.
Yeah, I know it, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
tell you what, I started to holler at the wife this morning and asked her, could I take the Jeep so I could take the top off? And then as I got my truck and rolled the windows down, I was like, shit, I'm glad I didn't, man. This is great weather.
Yeah.
What you doing, Hurricane Grissom? How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, boy. Good. It's hot.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Good.
Here.
Hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
All that damn rain y'all got and it's still hot.
Still hot.
Damn.
Still
I
got
bet
hurricanes out there coming.
Hey, I bet you. Hey, I bet your grass is so high you can't see Pee Wee if he was to walk through your yard.
No, it's not that bad.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Hey, speaking of that makes me think of an old joke my good buddy Josh Brown told me one time. He said, Pee Wee is the only man I ever know that can clothesline himself over a tripwire. You remember that, JB?
Oh, my goodness.
I think alcohol might have been involved, don't you, JB?
Man, absolutely. But I tell you one, I got one for you though. We were wrestling in Tennessee, Missouri Bad Boys, and we were over there in that little Army hangar, whatever it was. Yep, Trent, Missouri.
That's right.
Yeah, Trent, Missouri, and Donald Trump made an appearance that weekend, and it was funny. Me and Pee Wee was sitting ringside, and Mark and them was beating on somebody or whatever, and this dude looked out at me and Pee Wee, and he like held his hands out, and he says, help me, and Pee Wee gets up and shows his Missouri Bad Boy shirt, and he says, I ain't helping you with shit. I just died laughing.
Woo, we had some good times in that building. We whooped a lot of ass. Then with Kenny D.
Yes, sir.
I think
Trent,
we repoed the
Missouri.
car one night too, didn't we?
We
Yep.
we took a limo ride.
That's right, and repoed the car.
We repoed Randy Bird's car.
That's
We
right.
repoed the owner. repoed the owner's car because he wouldn't make his car payment.
His Nissan Sentra.
He chases down the road. I'll never forget that. Good times, man. All right, now let's talk football, guys. We got a brand new top 25. We got a brand new number 1 team in the nation. But first of all, let's start at number 25, where we got a tie as UNLV and A&M both coming at number 25, followed by Illinois, who won me some money. So I love Illinois, baby. Just cover that spread, baby. Fighting Illini is number 24. 23 is the surprise team of the year, I think. I don't know about you guys, but Indiana is 5-0 and comes in at number 23. Louisville at 22 at 3-1. Boise State at 21. They are 3-1. Kansas State comes in at 4-1 at number 20. Guys, out of that top 25, Indiana has to be the surprise of the year, if not everything, man. I mean, what a year by Indiana.
Oh,
They
yeah.
haven't been 5-0 in a long time.
Yep.
Yes. Indiana's a basketball school, I thought.
Well, they used to be.
Yeah, it used to be.
Now it's
right.
reverse, ain't it? They have learned to play football in Indiana.
All I know is Boise State better learn to protect that running back, or otherwise they won't be in the top 25 long.
They do have a badass running back, though.
Man,
Heck, it is awesome.
That dude's a cheat code.
Hey,
Yeah.
isn't he sitting at 900 yards or 880 or something?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
It's like
He
high
is.
eights. He's on pace for 3,000 rushing yards.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah.
He'll have more rushing yards than DJ Underwear will have passing yards.
Hey, DJ's out.
It don't
He's
matter.
gone.
Brock Glenn ain't-
He's bye-bye. He's like NSYNC said, baby, bye-bye-bye.
I hope it's
All
permanent.
right, here we go. Number 19, the Oklahoma Sooners at 4-1. Utah at 4-1 at 18. BYU. That's another team, guys, that won me some money, and they're had a heck of a year. I got a lot of respect for BYU. They are 5-0 at number 17 in the nation. Iowa State comes in at 16 at 4-0. Clemson Tigers, after that first loss of the year, they are still lingering and hanging around as they are 3-1 at number 15. Notre Dame at 4-1 at 14. Doug's LSU Tigers, hey, there they are at number 13 at 4-1. The Ole Miss Rebels, who took a butt whooping against Kentucky Wildcats out of all teams in the SEC. They are number 12 at 4-1. USC comes in at 3-1 at number 11. And then the Michigan Wolverines at number 10 at 4-1. All right, Doug, let's hear your comments on this one. I know you got some.
Hey, we're right where we started, 13. Everything's in front of us. We're getting better every week.
It's reeling them in, ain't you, baby?
Yeah, it's just like Mr. Consistent, just hanging around there, waiting to leapfrog and take over, man. Hey, we won't lose this week either. So
Hey.
some of them up.
Why, are you on the bye?
We're just going to be higher up next week.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you.
Bye week?
I just want to point this out real quick. Doug is all in on LSU, but I can tell you that there's another Tiger fan on this panel that ain't completely bought in just yet. Ain't that right, Hurricane?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know what he's talking about.
He's talking out that asshole, ain't he, Johnny?
Yeah, I think he's drunk tonight.
Hey, where's the Miller Lights at, guys?
Let me explain something though.
Here we go.
We won't lose this week because we don't play. So
Well,
anybody in front of us loses, we're going to move up. But look here, Johnny don't like the coach. He just don't like the coach. And a lot of people says, well, he's never won the big one. Blah blah blah. You better
He's
ask
not going
Eddie.
to.
You better ask Eddie. You can ask Josh too. When you get these coaches that win 9-10 games consistently every year, you better keep it.
Yep.
Ask
Yeah,
Eddie
you
about
know,
Frank Solich.
hey,
they fired
and that's
a
Frank
fact.
Solich. He won 9 games a year. That's back in the late 90s.
I will
Yeah,
agree
now
with that.
Look where they're at. And that's another thing about coaching nowadays. That's what I mean. They're just looking at the big picture. They don't look at the long haul, man. if those guys, like you said, Doug, if they're winning 9 or 10 games, you need to keep them around because that is a winning program.
That's a winning elite program right there.
That's right.
Look, Alabama thinks they ought to win the champ. Do I want to win the championship every year? Sure. But we ain't
Yeah,
gonna
that's
do it.
every team's
Alabama
goal.
thinks they ought to win it every year. Ohio State thinks they ought to win it every year.
Ohio
Michigan
State
thinks
needs to
they ought
start
win
playing
it every
people.
year. Georgia thinks they ought to win it every year. LSU thinks they ought to win it every year. You better not go firing a coach winning 9, 10 games a year. All I'm saying.
Hey,
Oh, no.
hey, Mark, before you
I
go off,
disagree with that.
go ahead,
I
Kenny.
disagree. Ryan Day's fixing to be a prime.
Can't even hear Kenny. Kenny's like 5 blocks away from his house. I can't even hear him.
I don't give a fuck.
Kenny, move up to the picture.
If he loses to Michigan this year, that motherfucker's unemployed. Bottom line. You mark my word. If Ryan Day loses to Michigan this year, he's fucking unemployed. So winning 10 games ain't job security. You can beat 10 cream puffs. If you lose to that school, they're canning your ass.
You don't play 10 cream puffs in the SEC.
Oh, god damn. Y'all are the second most mediocre conference in football behind the Big Ten. You got 2 teams right now. That's all you got. Georgia and Alabama. You got nobody else.
Have you looked at the top 25? Oh, maybe yeah. Hey, maybe he has fell asleep over there in Chattanooga. And listen, SEC is loaded. SEC is loaded with top 10 teams, son. I'm about to announce them to you. Number 9, Missouri at 4-0.
Hey, real quick, Mark. Real quick though. We gotta get a name correction. I gotta back up my brother Kenny on this. It's not Oklahoma. It's Choklahoma. So we have to get that right. Kenny, I got your back.
As long as they choke coming in Missouri, I'm happy too. Number 8 is Miami at 5-0. Josh's Penn State Nittany Lions at number 7 at 4-0. Oregon Ducks, quack at number 6 at 4-0. Georgia don't fall too many spots. They just fell three spots to number 5. They are 3-1. Tennessee Vols at 4-0, sit at number 4. They moved up a spot, and here comes the Ohio State Buckeyes, who stay pat at number 3. Texas Longhorns drop 1 spot to number 2. They are 5-0, and then Alabama, with the big win over Georgia, moves up 3 spots to number 1. Doug, how you feel about that? Should they have moved up that far?
Yeah, I think so. That's a whole lot of cream puffs in that top 10, though. That is
Sure is. They played nobody.
Right there.
Played nobody.
So let me ask you, Doug, how many teams in the top 10 are cream puffs?
None.
And name them.
None.
Shit. Yeah.
Maybe Miami. Maybe Miami is a little over their head. Where's Penn State, Josh?
9,
7.
No,
7. You're right. You're 7.
So Kenny
Coach
D.
ain't never won the big one. Better fire him.
Hey,
Consistency.
the only reason. Wait, before we go further.
Hey, wait a minute.
Go
Before
ahead.
you go anywhere, Josh. Josh was on that bandwagon a couple years ago. Fire him. And look, Josh, he has consistently got you on the Big Ten.
No. Wait a minute. I still ain't got off that wagon. I still think he should be gone. The only reason
There you
he
go.
ain't gone is because they owe him so much damn money, guaranteed money. They might as well keep his ass around. But Kenny is absolutely right on one thing he said earlier. With Ryan Day at Ohio State, he don't beat Michigan, you're gone. If you look at James Franklin's record against Michigan, Ohio State, and even Michigan State, it's not good. And it's been consistently bad. And he should be gone. But we are getting bowl games, whatever.
Careful you don't become a Nebraska for 20 years.
We keep the minority base happy here, but the real fans, they know what's up, and they know we need a good coach that can get us to the national championship. So yeah.
And you can get a coach or 4 that wins you 6, 7 games, 8 games a year.
Well, you could. Penn State don't do that. I mean, hell,
Nebraska never did either.
We was on probation, lost half of our scholarships, and then Bill O'Brien still won 11 games for us, and they got rid of his ass.
Hey, we know what Penn State does.
Yeah.
Kenny D, let's talk about those, what'd you call them? cupcake marshmallows. What'd you call them?
Whatever you
Cream-
want to call them, it don't matter. They play.
Cream-
no
Tell us who they are. Tell us who the pretenders are.
Tennessee, Miami's a pretender.
Ole Miss.
Well, their pretend is gone.
They dropped out.
Ole
of the
Miss,
top 10.
Ole Miss ain't in the top 10. He said top 10.
Oh, okay.
He just mad because his team ain't even ranked in the top 100.
No, I want to lose every game. I don't want to win another game.
Look, we can't even hear you right now, so here's what we're going to do to Kenny until he gets these shit right. We're going to just exit him out of the stage. See you, Kenny. Work on your
I wanna ask y'all
audio.
one
and-
question. But before you go on, how many people here think that was a catch and Miami should have lost?
Absolutely. I mean, how do you even overturn that call? I mean, it was on the field. It was a catch. So you know you
It
got
was
to
spot
stand
on.
with that.
It was money. It was money for
Hey.
the conference.
Here's how
I mean-
you overturn it.
The guy that punched it out was out of bounds anyway. So
Do you want to know how you overturn it?
ACC in the playoffs,
You overturn
right?
it because you got ACC officials. They want to keep a team relevant. in their
Yeah.
conference.
Hey, Florida State has let them down so much, kind of like they've let Kenny down. That's why he wears a straitjacket these days. That the ACC said we gotta have somebody that's, and I guarantee you, Doug, that was part of the discussion on that fucking shit. I wish we could hear the discussion that went on to make that call, man. I really wish that.
I'll guarantee you it was.
Hey, I'm just gonna be the minority here, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't think it was a catch because the one replay showed they were holding hands when they both went down, and that ball was moving. I'm the minority here, and I said from the beginning when that happened, and I saw that, I said this is gonna be overturned. It wasn't a catch.
But Josh, you might be the minority here, but the ruling on the field was a catch. There was
Yep.
nothing. There was nothing there to overturn that.
See, I think it was. I do.
I wouldn't
think
have
there was.
overturned it if it was a no catch.
Yeah.
Now, either way, I don't see how they overturned it.
Well,
Hey,
as Doug said, there's a lot of discussion. We got to keep that team in the playoff hunt.
Well,
'Cause
hey,
they're not going to have one. I mean, look what Florida State has let them down so bad that's what they gotta make the playoffs on a bullshit call.
That's
But
the only hope.
Miami goes to California this weekend, and they might get some of that going against them.
hey, Mark, real quick, I got Kenny's list of his cupcakes in the top 10. You want me to read it down for you?
Yeah.
All right, here's his list: Michigan, Missouri, Miami, Penn State, Oregon, Georgia, Tennessee, Ohio State, Texas, and Alabama.
The whole top 10.
Well, the only one that's not is Alabama and Georgia. They're the only two teams that played somebody. Nobody.
They
else
what,
has.
Kenny?
They haven't played anybody. I don't care what you say. They played nobody.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you
happens
what.
when you play somebody, Ole Miss. You don't play Furman. You didn't play Dartmouth. You played a team. You lost.
Dartmouth.
Whoever
Hey.
else Ole Miss is playing.
Hey,
Georgia-
Furman and Dartmouth's pretty tough, man. Furman and
Georgia-
Dartmouth's pretty tough.
Georgia better be glad there's the second half because otherwise they'd be out of the top 10 this week.
You got that right. It'd be out of the top 25.
Can I say something?
Go
I gotta
for it.
agree. I gotta agree with Kenny a little bit. We gotta take it easy on Kenny now. Pick on Kenny, but Kenny's right. Ain't nobody played that killer schedule like Florida State, man. Just ask their coach. They played murderers row.
Hey, yeah, you damn right.
I
Powerhouse.
told you, next year we're playing LSU for a season opener. We're already 1-0.
Hey, powerhouses.
All right, hey, we're going to move on and start talking about our games. But before we get there, Doug Everett's going to give us a score count and who is wearing that crybaby face this week, Doug.
Well, man, last week we all did pretty good. We got more evidence. We know what teams are and which ones are, pretenders and all that. So we can make our picks better. So for the week, we had 4 people with 14. That would be Eddie, Kenny, Josh, and myself. Mr. Consistent. We all had 14 out of the possible 20. Next in line would be Hurricane Johnny, he had 12. Crybaby
Damn.
Face, that's our host there, Crybaby Face Mark. He got 10. He still got 50% right, man. I gotta give that's a good week. That's a tough week to be Crybaby Face.
It is, man. That's rough.
Totals. We still got a tie at the top with Kenny and Eddie at 47. I moved into third. Mr. Consistent's only 3 back. I'm waiting a couple more weeks. I'll take it over. 44. We got Mark at 42. And we have a tie now at the bottom with Johnny and Josh.
Josh, wow. Hey, we got a weak head start on Josh. How the hell did he do that?
He's caught the hurricane, man. He's riding the hurricane. 39-39.
Man, Hurricane better get out of that damn tree.
He better get some power back over there, though. He's not watching the game.
That's what it is, ain't it, Doug? You said it just
He ain't
right.
seen any games in 3 weeks, man.
Hell, there's another one out there coming too. So it's going to be about a month before he sees the game. Hey, we'll be in a national title game by the time he sees the game.
And we'll be in college preseason.
We're doing the basketball show.
Oh, yeah. Hey, he don't even join us for that one. He's like, fuck it. All right, guys. Here we go. First one is a Friday night game. Syracuse Orange at 3-1, taking on the number 25 team in the nation, Barry Odom, the MIC guy. UNLV Rebels at 4-0. This is a first-time matchup, y'all. I'll tell you what, UNLV was worried about their transfer red shirt quarterback leaving and going elsewhere. But I tell you what, Williams looked good in his replacement. Threw for 3 touchdowns, rushed for over 100 yards. I'm going to take UNLV minus the 4.5 and give me the over. Go Rebels. Jerry Tarkanian has restored the roar, baby.
The running rebel.
Running Rebels, that's right.
Mark, where's that game played at?
UNLV.
Yep.
I wasn't sure.
That would be the University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
I'm with
The
Mark.
home of championships when Jerry Tarkanian was there.
I'm with Mark. I'm gonna take Larry Johnson, Stacey Augman, the running Rebs,
That's right, baby. Woo, shoot that 3.
until they run into Duke, right, Mark?
That's right.
I'll take UNLV and give the 4.5, but I'm gonna take the under.
Well, I'm gonna take the Rebels, the minus 4.5, and guess what? I'm gonna take the over on this one.
Here he goes. Change of pace.
There we go. Back to the show now.
Well, I'm finally going to get ahead of Kenny with this one for sure. Give me Syracuse and McCord to go off, and I'll take the over.
Oh, wow.
You just fell 2 points back.
Well, hey, I'm gonna be with Mark on there. I'm gonna take UNLV to cover, and I am gonna be with Kenny, and I'm gonna take the over, or the under. The under. Give me the under.
Got you on the under. Yeah. Well, UNLV surprised me last week, man. After their quarterback, they start out 3-0, and then he quits because he's not getting paid enough money. His agent wasn't even registered to do business in the state, so he ended up getting like $3,000. He said he was promised $100,000. I thought that would slow him down a lot, but man, what they put up 50-something points or whatever last week. I mean, it was crazy. I don't care who they were playing. They surprised me. So I'm going to leave Eddie out there on that island, O'Gilligan out there, because I'm taking UNLV, and I'm going to over. I think both of these teams will score.
You taking the over? You say
Hey,
you're
that's
taking
on
the
I got the over.
name of the podcast, ain't it?
I'll take the over.
Yeah, Johnny's back on track, taking the over.
Right on, man. All right, next on our schedule, the Boston College Eagles 4-1, 1-0 in the conference, taking on the Virginia Cavaliers, who are 3-1, 1-0 in the conference. BC won last year 27-24. Boston College is favored. No, Virginia is favored by 2.5. Being at Virginia, the over and under is 51.5. I think the quarterback for Boston College, Castellanos, is going to play, so that's good news for the Eagles, man. I tell you what, give me the 2.5 for Boston College, and I'm going to take the over. Go Eagles.
Yeah, he is. I looked at that, Mark, before I made the pick on that one. They say he is going to play, so I'm
Yeah, I had to look at that too. That guy's pretty important.
he's pretty good too.
Yes, he is.
I'm going to take the 2.5 like you, but I just don't think Virginia can score enough. I just don't. I mean, they're not very good, so I'm going to take the under.
I'm gonna go with Boston College plus 2.5, and I think it's going to be some points in this game. I'm gonna take the over.
Two in a row, baby.
Not so fast.
Man, the best team Virginia's played is Maryland. That was a home game. They got BC, and I'll take the over.
Yeah, I mentioned him earlier, but the head coach at Boston College is none other than former Penn State coach Bill O'Brien.
That's right.
And with that being said, I always liked Bill O'Brien. I thought he's a great coach and everything, so I'm going to pull for him this weekend. I got the upset in the making. I'm going to take Boston College, and I'll take the over.
Hang on, guys. We got a comment right there. Read that comment. Why does Johnny look like a grizzly bear is making love to his face? That's what happened. That's what happens when you... Hey, look at the guy's name, too. Paul Peters.
Paul Peters. Hey, is that same guy that you gave massages to last week, Coach?
That is, Coach. Coach,
That,
you pissed him
Andrew
off on
Wiggins,
Johnny?
I still can't figure it out.
Look, you gotta give Paul. You gotta give Johnny a little slack here, man. He's been without fire. He's been without water for.
Oh, that is right.
He's down
That's
there in
right.
Hurricane country, man.
That's
He's
right.
Pretty bad too. So I'm gonna give Johnny a pass on that one.
Woo! I can't believe Doug Edwards gave anybody a pass. Can you, Eddie?
I gotta give him
Nope.
a pass on that one.
Wow. All right.
I'm gonna jump way out on that little old island out there because all of y'all took Boston College. I don't think I know why Mark took them because they played Missouri real close. So he thinks they're real good because they played Missouri a good game.
Hey, Thomas Castellanos pretty good.
Vanderbilt played Missouri a good game. So there you go with that. But
Hey,
yeah,
I think USC played LSU a good game. Matter of fact, they beat them, didn't they?
And they spanked Kentucky,
Yeah.
who beat Ole Miss. But anyway, I'm going to take Virginia, and I think it's going to stay under.
Well, there's a win for us all, guys.
Look at
That's
that.
where I gained 2 right there.
Doug Island.
That's where you're going to lose to. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, wrist
Oh,
pick.
is that Doug Edwards' master lock pick?
No, I ain't master
Oh,
locking it.
that's your wrist pick, as Kenny
Man.
would say.
That's my
If-
wrist pick. Yeah.
If that thing hits, that feed's going to be at least that long to start.
Oh man, I don't even want to. Hey, if he hits that one, I don't want to see our message thread. I don't want to see our message thread. Yeah, I
Not
told
that
y'all
much of a
so.
risk. I'm taking a home favorite.
That's right.
Oh y'all so.
Hey,
Y'all just should listen to me.
Kenny hit the nail on the head.
Missouri,
What's that, Kenny?
I need to see his bet slip if that's the master lock so I can bet it too.
Yeah.
That's right. All right. Next one on the agenda is the number 9 Mizzou Tigers at 4-0, 1-0 in the conference, taking on Texas A&M, who is also 4-1, 2-0 in the conference. Matter of fact, Texas A&M is the leader in the SEC right now, as they are the only team to be 2-0. All-time series, Missouri has 7 wins, A&M 9 wins. Mizzou is 4-0 at the spread, all time against the spread last year, as A&M is a 0.6, 0-6 against the spread in big games at home. So with that being said, last matchup was in 2021. A&M won that one, but Mizzou has too many weapons, guys. I just can't see it, man. I know we've been struggling offensively. Brady Cook's missing the deep ball. Marcel Reed has made a good difference for A&M. I do believe that. But with all that being said, I think Mizzou wins 27. I can hear somebody needs to turn their shit down. Mizzou 27, A&M 24, and I'm taking the over.
Well, I'm with Mark. I won't pull for A&M. I refuse. I don't care who they're playing.
Hey, show me some love. Give me a high five, Kenny.
I'm taking Missouri in the 2, and I'm taking the over.
Hold up. It's only one Tiger. That's LSU. It's not the Mizzou Tiger bullshit.
Right.
It's one Tiger. That's LSU.
They found that out last year.
Yeah.
Y'all can't even beat Auburn.
I'm gonna take Texas A&M by 2. I'm gonna go with the under.
Yeah, that's why your ass gonna get blown away by that fucking hurricane.
That's right.
Man, at some point, Mizzou's got to play a complete game, right?
Thank you, Eddie. And this is gonna be the week. This is the week.
I hope
Yeah,
so.
okay.
And for the third game in a row, give me the road dog, and I'll take the over.
Well,
Eye the tiger, baby. Eye the tiger.
I'm gonna tell you what. Johnny is right about one thing, and that's the under is going to hit. Okay. Other than that, Mark, if you want to finish for me, I'm just going to say that I want to take the MIZ.
COU.
Give it to me outright, but give me the under.
Fuck KU.
Well, look, Missouri's going in there, man. They got to face that 12th man. I don't know. They hadn't played great this year. They struggle against Vanderbilt. They struggle against Boston College. I think they're one of them top 10 cream puffs Kenny might have been talking about. I don't know. But I've no faith in ATM either. I think they got the wrong team favored. I think Missouri goes on the road. They find a way to get it done. It's going to be a good game, good close game, battle back and forth. Missouri is going to find a way to get it done, but the score is going to stay under. I'm going to take Missouri plus 2 points and take the under.
Well, you got the score.
Oh, 27, 24, 28, 21, or something like that.
That's
All
okay.
right. Bye.
49,
No.
49 and a half. I think they're going to be close, but they ain't going over that.
Yeah. That's why I was like, that's why I took the over. I think it's going to be just over 50, man, but who knows? All right, so now we're going to move on and talk about the SMU Mustangs taking on the Louisville Cardinals. SMU is 4-1, 1-0 in the conference, taking on the number 22 team in the nation, the Louisville Cardinals, who are 3-1, 1-0 in the conference. Over and under 58.5. Louisville favored by a touchdown. This is the first matchup since 1984, guys. And who was the famous running back in 1984 for the SMU Tigers?
That would be
That's
Eric
That's SMU
Dickerson
Mustang. Nope.
and Craig
SMU
James.
Mustangs.
Craig
Nope.
James.
Yeah, they had two of them.
No. Not in 1984. They had Reggie Dupard, who was lighting it up, baby. But anyway, hey, do what?
Did you Google that?
No, I'm a big SMU fan back in them days. Eric Dixon, Craig Jack, Pony Excess, as they call it on ESPN, but Pony Express. But Reggie Dupard was a bad dude too. Look him up.
I'll have to.
You can Google that.
I will.
But anyway, Louisville's quarterback shook his own point, guys. He has 1,114 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 1 INT. With that being said, he has covered the last 8 home starts versus unranked opponents. And guess what? SMU is unranked. With that being said, I'm going to take Louisville. I'm going to lay the 7, and I'm going to go over because both of these teams can score.
Mark took the words right out of my mouth. Both teams are going to score. They're going to score in bunches. Louisville played a really good game in Notre Dame. Just couldn't quite pull it off. I thought they played solid. That kid at quarterback is a stud. So I'm with Mark. I'm going to take Louisville and lay the 7 and take the over as well.
I agree with take Louisville -7. I'm gonna take the over.
Yeah, we're gonna make this 4 for 4. They got a 10-year quarterback. He's gonna score at home. Louisville and the over.
Kenny. That's right. Them 5th-year seniors always pay off, don't they, Eddie? He's
Yeah, they sure
5th
do.
year square.
Well, you guys made it 4 for 4. Well, I'm going to go ahead and make it 4 for 5 because I disagree with you motherfuckers. I'm telling you right now.
Damn.
Hey,
Motherfuckers.
yeah, you,
He called the mofo out.
and I can tell you right now.
Motherfucker to you.
Hey, I can tell you right now. I've been on this show. I can been on this show long enough that the man sitting underneath me is going to agree with me. I'm just going to put that out there right now before he even speaks. But I think
Look at his
SMU.
smile.
I think SMU. Give me the points with SMU. I think Louisville is going to win, but they're going to win by less than a touch. They're going to win by 3 or 4 is what they're going to win by. And actually, I'm going to take the under.
Damn.
Yeah, Josh, just he saw my notes or something. SMU's coming in here, man. A new member of the ACC. I think they got a little fire under them. You know, they got to play 2 years. They don't even get any money. They don't get any conference money. They agreed to come in there, but they got $1 billion endowment or something. You know, they got so much money down there at SMU. It don't matter.
So hey, Doug, let me chip in here. So they don't get no money for 2 years, right?
No conference money.
So they're kind of desperate, kind of like you on a Saturday night back in the day, right?
Yeah, I guess they was pretty desperate to get in that ACC, man.
I don't know why anybody would want the ACC. Have they been drinking that Texas moonshine or what?
Yeah, but where'd they come out of?
The American?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
See, you guarantee your conference winners guaranteed a spot out of the ACC.
Oh, now I get it because that's an easy conference to win. So I get it.
It's an easier conference that and they don't need the money right now, so they just said, "Hey, just let us in. We'll play. You only have to give us any of the shares of the TV money, nothing." But
I mean, hell, that's a conference that put Kenny Corley in a straitjacket.
but they're coming in there and they got a little something. They got a little something to prove. And so I think they're going to hang around. They might win it outright. I think it's going to be a good game, but it is going to stay under. So I'm right with Josh. Give me SMU in the under.
SMU in the under.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Man, that's not the name of the show.
If you know, you know.
Our lead.
All right, next pick is going to talk about Josh's Big Ten. Josh loves the Big Ten as he's up there in Big Ten country, ain't you, Josh?
Yes, sir. That's right.
All right.
Much my brother Kenny don't like him, but I still love McKinney though.
I like Illinois.
Eddie loves the
Yeah,
Big Ten. He loves Ohio State. Eddie is an Ohio State fan in disguise. I don't know why he wears Nebraska on here every week, but I'm still trying to figure that out. Ain't you, Doug?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Kind of like it. Hey, but Eddie, Doug can't talk. You know, he was all about Alabama to Savannah, went to LSU, and then he's like all about LSU, wasn't he?
And guess what? That I experienced Alabama football in person. Then I went to LSU and experienced Tiger Stadium in person. Yes, sir. Go Tigers. Ain't
Hey,
there's no
Mark, when
comparison.
we were growing up, it was all Florida State that I remember.
Oh, Bobby
Still
Bowden.
Still like 'em.
Hey, he got a hey kid, he got a sidekick we didn't even know about. Doug Edwards. I believe somewhere in that closet, Eddie, he's got a Florida State jersey. What do you think?
But hey, I do want to go to a night game with Doug Edwards at LSU because that's a bucket list item for anybody who's a college football fan.
Hey,
Hey, you really don't want one. That's
No.
Johnny Grissom.
no.
Ain't that right, Doug?
Doug,
You will end up falling down and staying up all night, going to strip club, soaking wet in a mud hole. Ain't that right, Johnny Grissom?
You might end up. You
It's a
might end up in a
55
55-gallon drum of water.
That's right. That's right. Hey, but it was all worth it, wasn't it, fellas?
Oh,
And you
it's
wake
good
up,
time.
hey, look, and you wake up the next morning in the same clothes.
Hell, I've done that with you, Mark.
Yeah, you know the sad thing about that, Kenny, is you drink Coke.
I know.
You
I'm
don't
still-
sniff. You don't sniff Coke. You don't drink beer. You drink it. So you didn't
But I'm
have
the
no
best-
excuse.
but I'm the
You
best
could have been
driver
sober
there
to
is.
get out. Hey, Kenny Corley loves my company, guys. That's all it is. All right, so we're gonna move on to this game. Iowa and Ohio State. That's where we were, right? For y'all
sir.
sidetrack me. Iowa's 3-1. Believe it or not, guys, they can score over 7 points this year. Ohio State 4-0. They got 47 wins. Iowa has 15 wins in this series. Ohio State, of course, number 3 in the nation. They are led by Howard, the former K-State quarterback. He has over 1,000 yards on the season. He has 8 touchdowns and 2 INTs. Over and under is 42.5. Ohio State is favored by 23.5. Current win streak has Ohio State at 1 win. That was back in 22. These teams, of course, ain't played since then. That's a lot of points, guys. 23.5. And Iowa is a defensive team. As bad as I hate to say it, I'm going to take Iowa plus the 23.5. And I'm going to take the over.
No, you got half of that right. I'll give you credit.
Alright.
Ohio State.
what was that, the over?
By themselves.
Yeah.
Iowa's not going to score. I don't really give a shit. I'll give you the 23.5, and I'm taking the over.
Well, you know, there's going to be some mop up time there in the end, so that's what you need to worry about.
It'll already be 50-0 at that point.
Well, I mean, Iowa can score. I mean, it's a proven fact. This is not your Iowa from 10 years ago, Kenny.
It's
Or
the
last
Iowa-
year,
it's
or the year
Iowa from
before.
10 days ago. It doesn't make any difference.
I'll see you later.
So I agree with Mark. I'm gonna take the plus 23.5, and
A lot of points.
I know. I think that defense is gonna slow them down a little bit, and I'm gonna take the over.
Yeah. Every one of us has shit on Iowa's offense this year. They've scored 30 in 3 out of 4 this year.
That's right,
Man,
man.
that is
They're
a
moving
lot of
on up
points.
like the Jefferson, ain't they?
Yeah. So, give me the Iowa and the 23.5, and I'm going to take that over.
Extended my lead.
Kenny's on the island right now.
Well,
It's called being the leader.
what'd you say earlier, Mark, that Iowa scored 7 points or something? What's the difference when you take 7 from 42? 35? Yeah. Give me Ohio State 42-7 and give me the over.
Woo! Plain and simple.
Yep.
Boy, JB.
I'll tell you what, that is a lot of points, though. That's 23.5. 23 . And everybody, Eddie, has not shit on Iowa's offense this year. I actually bet them to go over and cash that ticket
Yeah.
in. So a couple of weeks ago. So yeah,
Who-
I know they can score a little.
Who'd
bit.
they play? Oral Roberts?
They've geared.
Iowa
2 or 3
State,
weeks.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
The school, hey,
They lost
the
game.
school of the blind
Oh,
out of Iowa.
Yeah.
that's the week it was. But 23.5 points. Come on, man. That's 3 touchdowns, a field goal. They're going to have to beat
Yeah.
Iowa by. Iowa's
That's
always
right.
got defense. This game is in Columbus, right?
Yes.
With all that being said, I still think Ohio State's going to cover, and I think the game is going to go over because it's going to be like a 35-10, some 42-14, something like that.
I got-
Not so fast.
I got 42-7. 42-7 Ohio State. Yep.
Give me Ohio State. Give me the over. I'll take the over just like the show says.
Yep.
Man, I guess crazy, Doug.
Hey, didn't y'all say last week that when Ohio State played Michigan State that 24.5 was too many points?
I did.
How'd that work out?
I'll eat crow on that. I said it.
I lost it too.
Yeah,
I'm
yep.
just asking. I'm not saying. I'm just saying Ohio State's putting up population counts.
Hey, Kenny, I'm so glad you moved up to the camera.
See?
Well, my glasses are fucked up. I couldn't see none of you.
All right. Hey, we're halfway through the show. You know what that means. It's time for our fine sponsors out there. Josh Brown, who you got a sponsorship this week?
Well, we're just going to do something a little bit different this week. We're going to redo some slogans for some corporate America out there. For example, Target. Target's new slogan should be, "Don't wear red unless you work there." Or how about Netflix? Netflix, give us $12 so you can scroll through for an hour and then fall asleep. Or finally, Activia yogurt. Activia yogurt. Have you shit yourself today? But then to go along with that, I found on Amazon there's a foaming wash on there. You can't see it, of course, but the slogan should be, "When you got rot in your baby slot, wash that shit with some honey pot."
All right. Thanks for those fine sponsors. Hey, we got a couple more. We got Edwards Freight. Tell us that number, Doug.
Edwards Freight Service 573-922-0002. Give me a call. I'll haul.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, and why don't you want them people to go to Memphis, Doug?
Man, it's dangerous down there. You liable to get shot running around Memphis. Come on.
That's right.
Hey, a lot of these hubs are around that airport, and that's hood areas back in there. It's dangerous ripping and running through there. Let me take the risk for you for a small fee.
Hey, speaking of airports, that'd be another slogan. Be Delta Airlines. Fly with us. We're guaranteed to leave you stranded in Memphis.
That is so true.
Or Dallas.
All right.
Dallas.
And one other sponsor is Manly Meat Wagons. Nobody meets our meat but us. All right, those are our fine sponsors. Unless Johnny Grissom got a sponsor for us this year. Did you get one, Johnny?
No, I'm good.
You didn't get the boot on?
Boudreaux,
Boudreaux's
What
butt
about,
paste.
what about the butt cream? What happened to them? We lose them as sponsors.
I was, but nah, they're nah. I'm good.
They got blown away by the hurricane, y'all. That old butt cream went out the window with the hurricane.
Nah, I'm good.
Nobody blows.
Eddie
Hey,
may have
look,
a sponsor
nobody
for it.
blows your butt like the Boudreaux butt cream. All right, guys. Hey, next on the schedule is number 12, the Ole Miss Rebels, who are now 4-1, coming after a big loss to the Kentucky Wildcats, and they're taking on the South Carolina Gamecocks, who are 3-1. The over and under is checked at 51.5. Ole Miss is favored by 10. The last meeting was in 2020, which Ole Miss won that one. Ole Miss has a 9-win in the series, where 9-8. So this series is kind of easy, or even, excuse me. By God, both teams are averaging 47.4 and 28.8. Yeah, right. South Carolina in the overs, who I got.
Yeah, I went back and forth on this one. Is Ole Miss going to play with a little chip on their shoulder and be pissed off? Or are they going to roll over and play dead? South Carolina's played some good football all year. I mean, they played Georgia to a 1-point game. So I'm with Mark. I'm going to take South Carolina to 10, and I'm going to take the over as well.
That was Kentucky played Georgia to the 1-point game.
That doesn't matter. I'm still taking South Carolina to 10.
Mizzou did too last year. 1-score game.
You taking the over, Kenny?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna take South Carolina,
1-score game.
and guess what? I'm gonna take the under on this one.
Johnny is a few words, ain't he?
Hey,
He's just
if you had a grizzly
hanging
bear
on by
sitting
a
on
thread
your
with
face-
that hurricane.
If you had a grizzly bear sitting on your face, you wouldn't say much either.
Fuck yeah.
At least I throw one.
I don't
Hey.
even know how he can speak with a grizzly bear on his face. That's a lot of weight.
Man, I don't know if Giffen can fire a team up, and I don't know if Jackson Dart gives a shit. But still taking Ole Miss to bounce back minus the 10, and I'm taking that over.
Well, I'm with my brother Kenny again. Give me South Carolina with the points and give me the over. I'm just gonna make it that easy.
Yeah. You're going to be with your brother Kenny next week when you lose all these fucking bets. You're going to be in a straight jacket like him.
Yeah.
Same shit you are, dickhead.
Hey, or Doug's gonna say, and Josh keeps climbing the ladder,
Mr. Consistent.
Mr.
Look.
Consistent.
Let Mr. Consistent explain something to y'all and all the good people listening, watching, and the ones that are gonna watch for the weekend. Because you
Johnny.
need to know this. You need to know this. Ole Miss got exposed last week. Ole Miss is a finesse scoring team. They don't like it when they get punched in the face, when somebody comes out there and is physical with. South Carolina dominated Kentucky 31-6. Kentucky goes in there, gets physical with Ole Miss, exposes them. And I'll tell you what, my Tigers have played South Carolina on the road in Columbia, South Carolina. And it's not an easy win right there. You're not going in there and winning easy. They got some guys on that defensive line that will get after Jackson Dart. They will get after the quarterback. And when he's flustered and they slow that offense down, Ole Miss is going to get flustered. I don't think their defense, if that young freshman quarterback is on again for South Carolina, it's going to be a long day for Ole Miss. I think they got the wrong team favored. I think South Carolina is going to win this game outright, and I'll definitely take 10 points. And Ole Miss, after this Saturday, any Ole Miss fans, y'all got to come to Tiger Stadium. So it ain't getting no easier for you, brother. It's gonna be 3 in a row. Give me South Carolina, and I'll take the under because they're going to frustrate. They're going to get after that quarterback. They're going to hurt them.
Woo, hotty toddy, gosh almighty. That's all right, ain't it, Doug? Hotty toddy, gosh almighty, when's Ole Miss gonna beat somebody?
That's
Flip,
right.
flam, bam, Ole Miss ain't worth a damn.
That's right. They thought they had it. They had all these transfers come in, man. Lane Kiffin selling ice to the Eskimos. He's not a good coach. He is not a good. He's a good salesman. He'll sell ice to the Eskimo. He'll sell you a car, but he ain't no football coach. He's a finesse guy. Throw the ball, chunk it down here. Let's go for it on 4th down on our own 22-yard line.
I think
And
Lane's
Jackson,
already got his eyes
hey.
on Gainesville.
And Jackson don't always throw darts either, does he?
That's right.
Lane already has his eyes in Gainesville. Lane's done checked out.
All right, here we
Lane's
go.
going to Florida.
Yeah. There's the next game on our schedule, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. There's another surprising team, guys. They are 4-0, 1-0 in the conference. Take on Eddie's Nebraska Cornhuskers, who are 4-1, 1-1 in the conference. Over and under is 43.5. Nebraska is favored by 6.5. Rutgers is 0-6 versus Nebraska, guys. Last matchup was in 22. The last 3 games have been decided by 10 points or under. Offensively, Rutgers is averaging 35 a game, where Nebraska is averaging 30.8. Defensive-wise, though, guys, here's a stat for you. Rutgers is only giving up 17.8, but Nebraska only gives up 12.2 a game. Therefore, it's at Nebraska, where we all know them Cornhuskers can play ball in Lincoln. I'm going to take Nebraska minus the 6.5. And with that defense right there, only giving up 12.2, I'm taking the under.
Mark, I agree with you. I'm going to take Nebraska and give the 6.5 and definitely taking the under. I think first team to 20 probably wins. So I'm with you.
No. I'm going to take Nebraska 6.5, and I'm going to take the over.
Hey, hang on, Johnny. I'm sorry. I was sidetracked there.
Oh, he can't keep score, Johnny.
Can you go through that again one more time, please?
He's a man of few words, Doug. He said he's taking the over.
I'm taking the over in Nebraska minus 6.5.
You lost me at that. No.
No, that's what got me.
No.
No.
Man, I'm
said
afraid
no.
this game could be like that Illinois game, freshman quarterback choking in the fourth quarter. But I'm never going to pick against my team. So give me Nebraska to cover, but I'm taking the over.
Wow. No defense this week, Eddie?
That they're going to hit it.
12.2 a game, man. That's an awesome defense.
It wasn't awesome against Illinois, though. They gave up 30.
Hey, so your average could be even better without that Illinois game.
Yeah.
Hey, Illinois is for real. Don't sleep on them, man.
Hey, Illinois is for real.
Yeah. They gave Penn State a
Rutgers
game.
is an older team, too. Rutgers has a bunch of juniors and seniors.
Yeah, and Indiana, man, we got a lot of teams out there.
Well,
That's why we need a 20-team playoff.
we'll get there eventually, about 10 years.
16. Let's go to 16.
I think FCS does it right. 16 teams. Because you get outside of 16, man, you know.
We'll be at 16 in a couple years, I think. 2 to 3 years.
I do too. I think that's eventually where we're headed. And I'm going to love every minute of it. It's going to be great.
Hey, Mark, you need to remind your old lady there that the rules of the show was if you make an appearance and you on camera, you have to say hi. I mean, that's the rule of
I
the
get
show.
her to say hi when she brings me my drink back. All I got to do is text her and tell her I need a drink, and there she was.
Well, she just dropped one off, but you know, you can't
No,
show on camera.
she's picking one up and going to bring one back. So we'll get her here in a minute.
Oh, okay, there it is. All right, well, on to my pick, I'm just going to go ahead and just say it like this, nice and simple, that Nebraska's going to win this ball game, and but they're not going to cover. This is going to be a close one, and it's going to hit the under. So, Doug, if you listening, give me Rutgers with the points and give me the under.
I got you, Josh.
I know you do because you're going to pick the same thing, ain't you?
Well, I'm real close. I thought I was going to be out there on that island. 6.5 that's a tough number, man. 6.5 tough number to go against. Because touchdown beats you. You know, if you lose by a touchdown, it beats you. But I got a little faith in Rutgers, and I think they're going to keep it close. And I think it can go either way. And when it comes down to the end of the game, I'm with you there. I'm not gonna leave you out there alone. I'm gonna take Rutgers at the point, but I'm taking the over. I think it's gonna get over 43.5. Just
Say hi. There you go, Josh. She says hi.
That's much better.
Oh, that's so sweet.
She's got team spirit. How about you? All right, next on our list is the number 4 team in the nation, Tennessee Volunteers, Kenny's favorite team. They are 4-0, 1-0 in the conference, taking on those ooey pig suey at 3-2, 1-1 in the conference. This game has a over and under 60.5. Tennessee favored by 13.5. Arkansas has won the last 3 matchup, guys. They won in 2011, 2015, and 2020.
wow.
You know what? Tennessee has 13 wins. Arkansas has 6. Those last 3 wins don't mean shit. UT with the win, and they will cover, and I'm taking the over. Score, baby, score. Fuck the Hogs. Barbecue the motherfuckers up. Good old Rocky Top. Ain't that right, Kenny?
But for the sake of the show and the lead that Eddie and I have, I'll take the Volunteers.
Oh, we got the safety bet. The safety bet of the week.
I'll give the 13.5, and I'll take the over.
Look at him. He's having a hard time in that straight jacket tonight.
I'd rather admit that I like Mike Norvell than have to pick the Volunteers.
Huh. Y'all don't have no balls. I'm gonna take Arkansas plus 13.5 because I got big balls, and I'm gonna take the under. I ain't scared.
Old Thermal Ken down there, and I got big balls, Gristle.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what. I thought you were on like 2% battery life tonight, and all of a sudden, the last 2 picks, you got a surge.
Hey, what we going for that little Pee Wee trophies about this
And
kid?
that's right. That's
You
right.
can't even see people in your grass because you need to mow that shit.
My grass is cut all the time, babe.
Better be cut in
Man,
March or your ass won't be married.
Yeah, I'm good.
This is the 3rd time you put Arkansas in our picks, and just like the previous 2, piss on Woo Pig, give me their opponent minus the points, and I'll take the over.
Balls to the wall.
Well, I think Tennessee. I still think that Tennessee, as much as Kenny doesn't agree with me, I still think Tennessee's one of the top. I still think they're a top 2 team in the country. I do. I'm sorry. I do. But that being said, hey, I know, but Kenny, you gotta give me at least one a week, right? Give me one a show, right?
As long as you didn't say James Franklin was a top 5 coach, we're good.
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
We're good.
James Franklin is a top 5 speaker, top 5 speaker.
James Franklin is a top 10 recruiter. I'll give you that. But anyway, we ain't talking about them. What we are talking about is Tennessee covering, but I'm taking the under on this one because I think that it's going to be Arkansas can't score against Tennessee, and I don't think Tennessee is going to run up enough points to get to 60 is a lot when you're playing a team like Arkansas. So I'm actually thinking it's going to be like, low 50s or even in the 40s for the point spread for the points. So that's where I'm going. Tennessee to cover. Give me the under.
Yeah, Josh, the only one that got it. He's the only one that got it right there. Johnny can talk about his big balls and all that. That's ACDC's got the big balls. Your big balls has got you tied for last with the guy that gave you a weak head start, John. I'm sorry, but Tennessee's going to cover this 13.5. Tennessee's got a complete team. I don't like them either, and I'll be pulling for them to lose. Not this game, but I'll be pulling for them to lose several other games. They're going to cover this game, but it is going to stay under. Tennessee's got a defense as well. So give me Tennessee to cover the 13.5. Give me the under. Going to stay under.
Interesting. All right. Next on our schedule is the number 8 Miami Hurricanes, who are 5-0, 1-0 in the conference, versus the California Golden Bears, who are 3-1, 0-1 in the conference. This is actually, guys, the 5th meeting between these two teams. Last meeting was in 2008, which is won by Cal. Wow. So the over and under is 55.5. Miami favored by 13.5. Matchup predictor shows Miami at 71.4, Cal at 28.6.
Hey, would 2008, would that be Marshawn Lynch?
Aaron Rodgers.
Yes, probably so, yeah.
Damn. Aaron Rodgers, yeah.
So in the 5th meeting, this will be, both teams have won 2 games apiece, so this will be the tiebreaker. Interesting game here, guys. Why are they even playing anyway? Give me Cal. Give me. That is true. They just joined that. I forgot about that. So give me Cal, man. I'm taking Cal, and I'm going to take the under 55.5.
Mark, how in the hell do you take Cal? Cal let Florida State win. They're fucking terrible. You can't do that. So give me Miami. I'll give you the 13.5. I'll take the under because I don't think Cal's going to score. I mean, Florida State beat them. They're trash.
Go and preach, Kenny. Preach.
I'm gonna take Miami, and I'm gonna go over. I think both teams are gonna score. I think Miami overrated.
They are overrated. That's why Cal's going to beat them.
Right.
Outright beat them.
Wrong team favorite.
Hey, they got scared last week. Give me John, Copy, and Johnny, Miami, and the over.
They got a long plane ride, guys.
It'll be all right.
Hey, listen, Mark. Miami can fucking walk to this game and they're going to cover. Okay, so it don't matter. So give me Miami to cover and give me the under because they're going to be tired after walking there.
Well, Miami got a little exposed. They're not a top 10 team, but that was a catch. They should have a loss. But they're playing Cal. They're flying across the country for a conference matchup. 2,000 miles or whatever they got to travel.
2,000, Doug.
13.5 is a lot of points. They're going to beat Cal at Cal Berkeley for by 2 touchdowns. You think? I think.
Yeah, probably too.
I'm leaving you out there, Mark, on the island. I'm gonna take Miami, but I'm.
Let me get them 2 points.
I'm taking the under on this one.
Dang, that was my risk pick, guys.
There you go.
All right, got to do one.
Is that the
You know what I'm
wild
saying?
card? Is that your wild card?
Johnny's.
Do what, Kitty?
Is that your wild card?
No, we got wild cards starting next week.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Josh is
All right.
It's over now.
Here we go. The last pick of the night. Those Texas Tech Red Raiders, who are 4-1, 2-0 in the conference, taking on those Arizona Wildcats, who are coming off a big win against the number 10 team in the nation at the time, I think, the Utah Utes. They are 3-1. All-time series has been owned by the Red Raiders, guys. Red Raiders had 26 wins against 5 losses. Wow. Texas Tech is searching for their first 3-0 start in the Big 12 since 2013. Last matchup was in 2019. Arizona won that one 28-14. This year, the over and under is 62.5, guys. That's a lot of points. Those Wildcats are favored by 4 points. Matchup predictor shows Texas Tech at 41.8. Arizona at 58.2. Guys, I just can't figure Arizona out, man. They get blown out by Kansas State, and then they go and beat Utah. So this game has just been a pick 'em for me. With 26 wins in the series against 5 wins, I'm just gonna say go Red Raiders. And the under, because 62.5 is a lot of points.
Well, I watched the Utah game last week because I was betting it, and I'm on the Fujita, however you say his name, the quarterback at Arizona.
I don't think he's gonna play, is he? Is he gonna play?
The good behavior's over. He's out.
I didn't see anything there. I looked at it and I didn't see anything, but
Want to come back to him?
no, I'm gonna take Arizona and give the 4, and I'll take the over.
Johnny?
You taking the over? Wait a minute. He said he's taking the over at 62.5.
Damn.
Oh, you got Kenny on there?
Yeah.
Okay, he's circling on mine. I can't see him.
Well, you're in the closet. too.
That's
You're
because you
in
live in Cooter. Get out the closet.
Hey, I got the rest of you.
We
He's
haven't
taking.
picked-
What's he taking?
I'm taking Texas.
Oh, wait. What?
Go
Kenny
Kenny
says
took-
he's taking Arizona and the over.
And the over, the
Okay, I got it.
62.5.
I got him.
All right, Johnny Grissom. Johnny, I got big balls, Grissom. You know you got big balls. You lived through fucking 15 hurricanes.
Hey. At least I don't
Johnny Rambo Grissom.
At least I don't live in Shelby State. Nah, cook motherfuckers. Can't even cook
He-
burger.
He hates it.
No, I'm good.
He's like he's rubbing old grizzly bear right now, thinking about this pick.
That's right.
I think he's gonna change his pick, guys. That's why he's rubbing it.
Yeah.
That's a telltale sign.
And
Yeah.
Tech and the under, Dougie.
Texas Tech and under. I got you.
So
Red
y'all said
Raiders.
Fafita's out.
As far as I know, he's out.
Man, that might change my pick. I did not see that.
I didn't either.
He's questionable.
Man, there ain't no need to change it. I think Arizona will cover at home. And I didn't realize I did this until I typed up my picks. I'm 10 for 10 on those overs, so give me the over. It's going to be a
What?
really good week or a really bad week.
Man, that's 62.5.
You took the over
Hey,
every game.
Mark,
I
you
sure
just got
did.
little balls.
Man, both of these teams spread it out and try to score in 30 seconds, so I hope they do it.
He's true to the show's name.
Wow.
I am this week.
Well, I think this is going to be a letdown game for Arizona after upsetting Utah last week. But the only problem is, though, is that Arizona at least tries to play defense, Texas don't. Texas Tech don't play any defense.
No,
None.
they're all about the offense.
Yeah, I think they play like 7-on-7 or something like that in practice because they
That's
ain't playing full
Mike
defense.
Leach. Mike
Yeah.
Leach offense.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think that this is not going to be a high scoring game. I really don't think so. I think it's going to end up being like a 28-20 game. So I'm going to take the under, and I am going to take Texas Tech to upset.
Woo! Red Raiders. Guns up.
Well,
Ain't that right, Josh? Guns up.
Right. Guns up.
Josh, you half right there. This game's in Tucson, Arizona. Arizona's not going to have a letdown. That all that did was give them more confidence. They know now, which they're used to Utah anyway. They're going to handle Texas Tech. They're going to beat them by more than the 4, but the score's going to stay under. You are right on that. Give me Arizona -4 and the under. Bet it.
Doug, what is your master lock pick of the week? You didn't give us one.
This week's kind of tough, man. I looked around.
I'm getting ready to go to the casino tomorrow. I need to know.
Well, last week I gave y'all the master lock 2-team parlay and it hit. Oklahoma had me scared. I gotta admit, but
I think if you go back and watch the podcast, I gave that out.
well, it was a gimme. I think Vegas gave that out. It was one of them. It was one of them weeks where they had like 3 or 4 there. There's just like the Navy was an easy pick.
Hey, I think they're giving us another one this week, Doug.
I've been looking. I don't see any that I'm just that high on as I was those 3 or 4 last week.
Shit, I'm going Mizzou and Tennessee in a 2-leg.
That's a
Good
lot.
luck.
Eddie,
Good luck.
Mizzou and Tennessee in a 2-leg, Eddie.
I may ride that one with you.
Yeah, I'm riding it big time.
There's too many points for me.
Hey, here's another one too. UNLV out there.
That's the closest one I've seen that I like.
Yeah, I like that one.
Eddie don't. He picked Syracuse. He's the only one that picked Syracuse.
Hey, Josh, what you got, Bubba?
Swinging that ball.
Hey, you're right, and I thought about that because I remember you saying that earlier on the podcast when Syracuse was one of our picks. He's like, McCord can sling, and I was like, man. So it made me think, but I just UNLV's hot right now, man, and they gotta upgrade in quarterback, man. So
Yeah.
they're gonna be all right. Josh, what you got, buddy?
Well, if I had to pick one from this week, the list this week,
It don't have to be on our list. Just give us something.
You got a master lock, just master lock.
Just give us something.
Navy
Give
Air
our
Force.
listener- hey, give us our listeners something they can win some money on.
Navy and Air Force.
Yeah. Oh, I
That's it.
guarantee you that's straight Navy,
I
ain't
looked
it?
at that.
Yes,
too.
sir. Yes, sir. Navy
Yeah.
and Air Force.
Yeah.
And I would take Navy because the Air Force is unfortunately they're like the little stepchild of the armed forces as far as football is concerned. Overlooked.
Navy and Army both are beating people up this year.
They're undefeated. Both teams are undefeated.
Yep.
They're-
All right. So here's a question for you guys. I don't know. Could either one of those make the playoffs?
Yes,
They can.
yes. As they'd have to be the group of 5 representative, of course.
Right, but I didn't know if they were included in the group of 5.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They would be.
Navy is because they play in the American.
Here's another thing.
Right.
They have the Army, the traditional Army Navy game.
After the playoffs start.
That will never be a conference game. Even though they're in the same conference, they've decided to have that game every year, but it not be a conference game. If both of those teams finish 1 and 2 in the American, they'll play the week before for the AAC championship and then play the Army Navy game the next week. They could
Yep.
possibly play 2 weeks in a row, Army Navy.
Wow, that'd be great stuff right there.
That's crazy, but it could
I
happen.
love those games, man. I love it, man. Support America. A lot of man. That's great stuff right there.
Yeah, it's not likely, but it could happen. They're both undefeated this year so far. So
Right.
Yeah, they're rolling, man. Both teams are rolling. Navy's really rolling. Navy
Yeah,
is
I-
impressive, matter of fact.
Yep.
they're putting up points too this year.
Yeah, yeah. They're not that old option wishbone team no more.
Horvath can run it and throw it. He's a good quarterback.
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
What
no
you got, Thermo
transfers,
Ken?
No NIL money for either of those teams.
Yeah, they're just hard earned work for the blue collar workers.
Government employees.
That's right. That's exactly what they are. What you got, Thermo Ken? Parting shots.
Take Clemson in the points.
Clemson?
Yep.
Absolutely, for sure. Eddie, what you got? Closing shot?
Man, Pittsburgh, an underdog at North Carolina. North Carolina can't stop anybody. Pittsburgh's
That's
4-0,
right.
and they got a quarterback, 12 touchdowns to 2 picks. I think
Hey,
they're
that's
gonna win
a-
that easy.
I did
That's
look
a
at
take
that
the
one.
over too, right?
I'm taking over on everything this week, baby.
That's for sure.
Hey, and-
Johnny Grissom, you got anything?
Hey, take
Just
James
hang by the
Madison
tree and
whoever
pray,
they play.
right?
Huh?
Johnny Grissom, just hang by the tree and pray. That's
Yeah.
his closing comment.
You know you can't lose this week because they ain't playing. Save your money.
There you go. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. It's been a fun night here tonight on the I'll Take the Over podcast right here on the Boot Hill Sports Network. I'm Mark Manley. That is I play chess. Doug plays goldfish. Josh Brown. That's I got big balls. Johnny Grissom. That is
Okay.
Eddie Pick Wizard Rule. Doug Edwards and Thermal Ken. This is Mark Manley saying so long on the Boot Hill Sports Network. We'll catch you next week.